There have been more revelations by Prince Harry about his life in Britain's royal family. His new book is not due out until next week, but parts of it have already been made public after it was accidentally put on sale early in parts of Spain. It contains a series of claims and deeply personal stories about his family, including an allegation that Harry was physically attacked by his brother, Prince William, in 2019. Our correspondent in Madrid, Guy Hedgecote, has been up all night reading the book.
Well, it's called En la Sombra in Spanish, the Spanish translation, which has been on sale here. So En la Sombra, in the shadow. And it's a long book. It's over 500 pages long, and it's full of accusations and revelations and just a tremendous amount of material about Prince Harry, opening up about his life, talking about many different aspects of his life. Some of those aspects you might expect him to talk about in a book like this. For example, how the death of his mother, Diana, impacted him when he was a young boy, and how he found it difficult, for example, to cry after her death, and that gave him a feeling of guilt. It also talks a lot about the conflicts and the tensions with his brother William as well, leading to that now well-documented supposed assault that William inflicted on him, that physical assault, he says, that his brother inflicted on him. But there are other things he talks about as well, which may raise some eyebrows when he talks about, for example, how he's experimented with drugs, with magic mushrooms and ayahuasca. And also, perhaps most shockingly of all, he talks about his experiences on the battlefield when he was an army helicopter pilot in Afghanistan. And he claims that he was involved in the killing of 25 members of the Taliban. And when he talks about things like that, he's extremely candid about these sort of issues. And overall, the feeling you get from this book is of someone opening up and of trying to exorcise their demons. You also get the feeling that he has been someone who's been very much under siege, and a lot of that has been to do with his relationship with the media. So he very much comes across as someone who's been on the outside throughout much of his life.
Guy Hedgecote for us in Madrid with his copy of the book. Let's get more analysis on the revelations now from our royal correspondent, Nicholas Witchell.
I think extraordinary is an appropriate word. Unusual, well, depends really how far back you want to go. You know, the British royal family's been around for a very long time, and it has weathered family issues, family fractures before. If you go back 30 years, there were other books, other revelations, other TV interviews, and I think that the perspective of Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace will be, well, we can weather this, we've got to weather this, and we will carry on the King Charles, the Prince of Wales, William, carry on doing their jobs. But certainly in terms of the reconciliation that Harry says he wants to sit down and talk with his family, well, I think that's not really being helped by this parading of all of these issues in public, because by doing that, of course, the rest of the family, and William in particular, I suspect, will regard this just as a massive betrayal, a betrayal of trust. And if that happens, it makes the patching up, the reconciliation, really, I think, at a human level between two siblings, really very, very difficult.
Yes, it's really quite sad, really, isn't it, to see it? I mean, some of the details in the book are coming out. Obviously, we're reading all the experts. Guys read through the whole book all night, bless him. But there are details about him claiming that Prince Charles wouldn't let William and Kate do certain things on the day when Prince Charles was meant to be doing something, because he didn't want them to steal the limelight. There's also information he's giving about how he and William tried to stop Charles and Camilla's marriage, or said that they didn't want them to get married. It's really personal details, isn't it?
Yeah, very personal details. I mean, the rivalry between the different palaces, in a sense, that's nothing new. We've had that before, but it's a sort of washing it all in public that is unwelcome, certainly for the family. I think we also just need to step back and consider what's not in the book. So far as we're aware, there are no, as it were, irrecoverable lines on inappropriate racial language or behaviour, which, going back, you'll recall, to the Oprah Winfrey interview, of course, was a big issue there. Well, there appears to be nothing along those lines in either the interviews or in the book. There are no really irrecoverable lines on Camilla, the Queen Consort, as she is now. Yes, both William and Harry, according to the book, asked their father not to marry her because they feared she would become the wicked stepmother. But there is nothing, as far as I'm aware, in the book which says that she did become the wicked stepmother. There is no criticism of her, it appears. And importantly, there are no really significant criticisms of Charles, of the king, in terms of his performance of his job, either as Prince of Wales as he was, or now as Britain's monarch.